Friends, I have been asked to discuss about this COVID associated mucormycosis. First, I would like to clarify one important point. A lot of people are saying this is a black fungi, black fungi, black fungi. Mucorales are not at all black fungi. Black fungi is a separate group of fungi which is also called Dematiaceous fungus or Dematiaceous fungi, which are a different group altogether. This is called mucorales. These are the fungi which cause a disease called mucormycosis. Now these mucorales are found throughout the environment, anywhere. It can be in the house, it can be in the environment, soil, it can be in the hospital, anywhere it can be found. But generally people don't acquire this infection because our body is protective against this particular disease. So this infection had been seen to be common in immunosuppressed hosts. Means like patients with hematologic malignancy, those who have got transplantation, when they are on immunosuppressive therapy, they acquire this infection. But in India, it had been seen for a long time. We have got very high incidence of mucormycosis, and this mucormycosis is because of uncontrolled diabetes. Somehow in Indian population, they don't really take care of their blood sugar level, and number of patients, they came to our hospital first with mucormycosis, then we found that their blood sugar is fasting blood sugar 300 or 400. Now mucormycosis generally occur either in the nose, eye and the brain area, that is called rhinocerebral mucormycosis, or it can occur in the lung, which is called pulmonary mucormycosis, or in the gastrointestinal tract, or it can be cutaneous, that occurs in patients after trauma, especially when the trauma wound is contaminated with the soil. That is the cutaneous mucormycosis. It had been also seen in burn patient, and in severe immunosuppressed patient, it can cause disseminated mucormycosis. One factor is that while the patient is having COVID, our all attention is to maintain his oxygen saturation and this aspect. And we generally ignore the glycemic control part. That is one factor. Second factor is that a lot of people believe that the steroid is the major cure in case of COVID. Yes, steroid is important, but that should be given when the patient is hypoxic. When the patient's oxygen saturation falls, then only think about giving the steroid. In case of patients who are in COVID care facility, that means just they have got COVID positive, but they have fever or they have got something cough or some other symptoms are there, but oxygen saturation is intact, even then we are prescribing steroid. So steroid is another issue which is very important in case of this mucormycosis. We have seen, or the usual recommendation from WHO is that don't give more than 6 milligram per day dexamethasone. But a lot of clinicians here, they use it more in amount and more number of days. It should not be given more than 7 to or maximum 5 to 10 days, whereas it has been given in more number of days. Third factor which possibly is also important, which we are also looking into it, that in COVID patient, especially those who are in severe COVID, their ferritin level goes up. Now this ferritin is having iron, and this iron is good source for nutrition of mucorales. Usually mucorales have got on their surface receptors for iron. So if it can absorb iron from the host, it is very useful for the growth of mucorales. Possibly in case of mucormycosis, which we have seen already, we have a 16 center study which is under publication. In that particular study, we have seen all these patients, very high dose of steroid given, their glycemic control was poor, and of course high ferritin was there. Now after diagnosis of COVID, it is generally after a median 18 days we have this particular infection. That means quite a number of patients, they are discharged, and post discharge they are coming with this particular problem. So here the advice while discharging a patient of COVID, especially with diabetic, is very important. first symptoms they acquire is that local pain on one side of the face. Second important thing is that there is usually nasal blockade and there is excessive nasal discharge, and this nasal discharge may be brown or black in color. If you don't take care during this period of time, slowly mucor get the chance to go either to the orbit or going to the palate. In the palate you can see there is formation of ulcer, and this is black ulcer which is called eschar formation. Or it can go into the orbit. First in the orbit, what we see in the patient is that they started having double vision, which is called diplopia, or there can be blurring of vision, means loss of vision, and then slowly it affects the eye, especially behind the globe of, and because of that the protrusion of the orbit which occurs, that is one of the important factors. And later, even then, if you don't take care, it can go into the brain, then there is mental confusion, all the mental alteration, neurological symptoms come. Any patient, if he or she can come early, just when there is facial pain, or there is nasal blockage, or there is nasal discharge, ENT physician or ENT surgeon can immediately put an endoscope and can collect sample, and it can be sent to a microbiology laboratory. Within 1 hour, it can give the report whether there is mucorales present or not. So that is very important, early diagnosis. Now, in case of pulmonary variety, the problem of pulmonary mucormycosis is very difficult to diagnose. The collection of the samples, especially in COVID patient, is a problem. Imaging is also a problem because imaging shows some of the pictures which are common also in COVID. But generally, if you see cavity, especially thick wall cavity, if there is pleural effusion, if there is multiple nodules, think about mucormycosis. I understand pulmonary mucormycosis diagnosis is quite tricky. You have to differentiate also from COVID associated pulmonary aspergillosis. If you cannot differentiate, then you give a drug which can cover both aspergillus and mucor. Treatment part, first important thing is that the glycemic control, that is very important. Second important thing is that you have to reduce the steroid dose if the patient is still on steroid. Next is try to do surgery as quick as possible to remove all necrotic material or the debridement. That is the debridement for removing all this material which is possibly having the mucor inside. The reason why I am saying, if there is necrotic material, the drug would not reach to the fungus. That is very important issue which we should take care. So surgery here is very important. Even if it is eye is involved, don't try to save the eye, rather remove the eye. Saving the life of the patient is more important rather than the eye in that context. So surgery is the third. Fourth important thing is the antifungal drug. And here I would say that primary therapy should be liposomal amphotericin B. Liposomal amphotericin B usually given 3 to 5 milligram. Even in case of the brain is involved, you can go up to 10 milligram dose. But again, I would say that there is already a scarcity of this particular drug is there. When there is either the drug is not available or the patient cannot afford, if there is cost is a constant, even you try with this amphotericin B deoxycholate. Amphotericin B deoxycholate, you can go up to 1 milligram to 1.5 milligram per kg body weight. Here I would like to say very clearly one thing is that a lot of people have the idea that slowly escalate the dose of amphotericin. No, from the very first you start with the complete amphotericin B dose which is required. Next important thing is that don't try with fluconazole, voriconazole or echinocandin, that doesn't work. And after 3 to 6 weeks of amphotericin B therapy, then you have to go for consolidation phase of the therapy, where you have to give posaconazole or isavuconazole. You have to try for 3 to 6 months of therapy. I hope all this, if it is being done, we can save the patient. Because at present what we are seeing, nearly 50% death in rhinocerebral mucormycosis, which is not acceptable.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.